higher study in Skyrim besides the college at Winterhold? I believe I recognize that fellow over there. He's a famous scholar.
I'm a historian of the cosmic balance, the force that binds together all living things. I study aspects of lords of the higher worlds, whether they be called divines, Daedric princes, or other names. My focus of late has been the lords of chaos. I've written 3 books on the topic. 2 volumes have already been published and are quite popular in Priestess Cerwiden's homeland. Here, however, my works have been outlawed as heresy by the Thalmor, so you won't find them in any libraries. The first volume gives some background into the primary Chaos Lords. The second volume covers the rules set forth by the cosmic balance associated with earthly manifestations of the Lords. The final volume discusses how to summon the Lords of Chaos from their home plane of existence into this realm. I have copies of the first 2 volumes I can give to you. Here you go. I have not published the 3rd volume, as it's not complete. I'd also been having second thoughts about publishing it. That sort of knowledge is simply too dangerous, and would upset the balance in this world. Yes, animals, elementals, and other lesser beings. How many mages are able to summon the divines or Daedric princes at will? As a case in point, my most recent draft of Volume 3 was stolen shortly after my arrival. I of course filed a complaint with the college, but magical scrying indicated that the thief was not of the college. I still can't fathom how anyone knew I was here, much less to steal that particular volume. So much for the college's so-called security from outsiders. In any case, it's obvious that the thief knew exactly what to take, as nothing else was missing. And as our astute young priestess has already noted, her investigation and my stolen tome cannot be mere coincidence.
I'm sorry. It's just the professors come in here.
I have an earlier draft of Volume 3 I can give to you. It also has some of my notes interspersed. If you have additional questions after reviewing what I've given you, come back and see me.
To the end of the day as well. I will need to have a word with
As you know, Winterhold was not always the minor hold capital it is today. It was a bustling city that rivaled even Solitude. Winterhold was the beacon of higher learning in Skyrim, with students from every nation and city-state seeking admission. It was said many years ago that one student brought with him a plague that decimated Winterhold. The plague spread like wildfire, and many city districts were quarantined to prevent the disease from spreading. Because of the plague, trade with the city almost stopped entirely, essentially cutting off needed supplies. Even though only certain districts were quarantined, merchant ships instead went to Windhelm. Merchant caravans simply avoided Winterhold entirely, lest they be turned away from other cities as plague carriers. Prayers to the divines went unanswered, as did those to the Daedric princes. Even prayers to the Lords of Law did not lift the plague. In desperation, it has been said that Winterhold called upon the Lords of Chaos as a last resort. Rumour has it that Maybelord of Chaos intervened, but, as in the way of chaos, prayers may not be answered in the expected or desired manner. Indeed, Maybelord supposedly sent a storm so fierce that it sent most of the city crashing into the Sea of Ghosts. And because the college still stood in the calamity's aftermath, many in Skyrim remained skeptical of the college. Not yet, no. I've been unable to determine veracity of the legends. What would you like to know? Very few mortals have the power, much less the knowledge, to summon a lord of the higher planes. The Chaos Lords taught the ancient Melnibonian aristocracy how to craft rings that would assist in such summoning. With Melniboné's decline, and with it the worship of the Chaos Lords, these rings have been lost to history. The only known, remaining ring in existence belongs to Elric, the last Melnibonéan emperor. The Staff of Lordly Might is a curious artifact. No one remembers the history of when or how it was created, or by whom. Some say it was created by the followers of the cosmic balance, but I find that premise impossible to fathom. The Melnibonéan texts I studied indicate that the staff would bind the lords to the summoner's will, and without a corresponding pact. This, of course, goes against every principle of the cosmic balance. And there's no evidence in Melnibonéan history that any member of the ruling class ever attempted to use the staff. I'll let you know if I find more information.
Yes? I've read the first 2 volumes before. They're interesting to say the least. They're required reading in the temple. I've never heard of Actorios before. But this ring, and Prince Elric's name was on that note you found on the assassin. I'm beginning to see what Lord Dawnbliss was trying to show me through the visions. It would seem those who stole the volume from Salah may be attempting to summon the Chaos Lords back to our realm. And that means they'll need a summoning ring, making Prince Elric a target for them. I don't know much about this one. When Melniboné fell to the raiders from the Purple Camp, commanded by Elric, its capital Imra was sacked. Perhaps the staff somehow made its way here to Skyrim. Lord Dawnbliss hasn't granted me any visions of this stuff. I wonder why. I do agree with Zanara. I don't see how an artifact, no matter how powerful, could truly bind even the earthly manifestations of the Chaos. As Lord Dawnbliss grants me additional knowledge, I'll be sure to tell you. Lord Dawnbliss granted me a vision of Prince Elric. I don't know where this is, but I tried my best to draw a picture from my mind. If you trust my visions, I can try to lead us there. Lord Dawnbliss will guide my path.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and
My
get
Lord
the
Prince
cold out.
Elric, Emperor of Melniboné. Might I humbly seek audience with you?
No one has addressed me that way in a very long time. Now, when was the last time you heard a greeting like that, Rakir?
Oh, not since the Purple Towns when another sought your aid. Your reputation obviously precedes you, Lord Elric. Ah, but where are my manners? I'm Rakir, once a Fum and now seeking Tanolorn.
If you know me, then you must also know my doom. So, what is it you want of me?
I am Cerwiden, priestess of Dawnbliss. And while I know you serve chaos, I hope that you'll hear me out.
My patron, Ariok, may be one of the most powerful of the Chaos Lords, but he has not been the most consistent patron of late. And your patron, Dawnbliss, has granted me assistance on a couple of occasions, so I owe your patron a debt.
My temple in Bakshan sent me here to investigate the growing influence of chaos in Skyrim. We have reason to believe that Jagrin Learn and Thaleb Karna seek to bring the Lords of Chaos to this world and under their control.
I know not of Jagrin Learn, but Thaleb Karna I know too well. I owe that upstart sorcerer for some inconvenience when I was last in Jarkor.
To do this, they need a summoning ring like the one you wear, and the Staff of Lordly Might. I seek to stop them, and Lord Dawnbliss, well, he granted me a vision to seek your counsel and assistance.
Those assassins not 3 nights ago. Didn't one of them mumble about Actorios?
Aye, but Stormbringer fed too quickly, and I was unable to learn any more before that assassin died. Stormbringer fed well that evening, but it would seem that the assassins had a purpose different than I originally thought. But what you say does make some sense. Ariok has refused to aid me earlier because of some grand plan afoot, or so he said. So, what is your involvement in all of this? Somehow, I find that difficult to believe. This little lady is perfectly capable of handling herself, I would imagine. I am Elric the Eighth, son of Cedric the 86th, and the ruler of the smoldering ruin that was once Melniboné, the Emerald Isle. I had the power to resurrect Melniboné to its former glory and, instead, chose to destroy it. I killed my betrothed with the cursed sword I carry. Those I try to help share my doom. What more would you know of my sordid life? If you have not already noticed, I am an albino. Normally, without certain drugs unavailable in this inhospitable country, I would barely be able to move in the course of a day. Stormbringer, forged from chaos itself, gives me strength so I may walk in the semblance of a true man. The price the sword requires is to feed upon souls. Stormbringer tends to favor souls of my friends over that of enemies. I know of that staff, as was once also called the Staff of Kings, and my symbol of lordship over Melniboné. I relinquished the staff to my cousin, Yakun, when I left to explore the world beyond Melniboné's shores. I haven't seen the staff since, and would assume that the raiders I led against Melniboné pawned it off in exchange for a few nights of libations. Actorios is unique, and the art of crafting such a ring has been lost even to my ancestors now for hundreds of years. But it is possible to create a lesser replica, and I dare say that mongrel from Pantang may have the requisite skill to do so. Safe journey to you.
What can I do for you? I was once a priest, and my patron was Vizan of Chaos. Not one of the prime Chaos Lords, but one powerful enough. I've since tired of the Lords of the High Plains, and broken my pact with Vizan. In return, Vizan stripped me of his power, so now I rely on my wits and my bow. Not that I need worry much while traveling, so long as I keep away from Elric's Hellblade. That thing has a penchant for killing more than its master desires. Until next time.
Lord Dawnbliss granted me a vision of the staff. I don't know where this is, but I tried my best to draw the picture from my mind. Should we seek the assistance of Elric and Rakir?
Good plan. I'm with you.
You have reason to believe the staff is here in Skyrim. All I ask is for the world to forget me, but I do have a favor to bestow on Thaleb Kana before I depart. Time is wasting. Let's go.